You ever notice how almost nobody gets good at anything? Not because they can't, but because they stop. Like, think about it. Every skill looks impressive from the outside. Skating, drawing, music, editing. But when you actually try it, it feels awkward, slow, kind of embarrassing. And that's usually where people quit. So I started wondering, is it really about talent? Or is there something happening in our brain that makes quitting feel logical? Because scientifically, there actually is. There's this thing in psychology where when you start something new, your expectations are way higher than your actual ability. Your brain already knows what good looks like. Like if you listen to Ed Sheeran, your brain understands the rhythm, timing, emotion. But when you try or play to sing yourself, you sound not like that. That gap between what you want to be and what you are feels terrible. It's called the expectation versus performance gap. And the bigger that gap feels, the more frustrated you get. Most people interpret that frustration as, I'm not talented. But it's not that. It's just that your taste improves faster than your skill. Your brain levels up before your hands do. And that mismatch feels uncomfortable. So people quit to escape the discomfort. There's also something else happening. Your brain is wired to avoid threats. Back in caveman times, looking incompetent could literally lower your status in the group. Lower status equals less protection. So even now, your brain still reacts strongly to embarrassment. When you mess up skating, when you post a video and it gets no views, when you try something new and people laugh, your brain treats that like danger. Not physical danger, but social danger. And your brain would rather protect your ego than let you grow. Quitting protects your identity. If you stop early, you can say, I could have been good if I tried. That feels safer than trying and failing publicly. Here's where it gets interesting. Your brain runs on dopamine. Not just pleasure, but progress. When you start something new, you get a spike of motivation. New hobby, new goal, new excitement. But improvement doesn't happen instantly. Progress is slow and kind of invisible. And when your brain doesn't see fast improvement, dopamine drops. That's why the first 3 days of learning something feel exciting, and day 7 feels boring. Your brain starts saying, this isn't working. Even when it is. Real skill building is delayed gratification, and most people are used to instant feedback. Scroll, like, watch, next video. But getting good at something? That's months of small invisible progress. There's also something called a learning plateau. At the beginning, you improve fast because everything is new. Then suddenly, it feels like you're stuck. You're practicing, but nothing feels better. This is where almost everyone quits. But scientifically, plateaus are normal. Your brain is reorganizing. You're stabilizing neural pathways. It feels like nothing is happening. But under the surface, your brain is literally rewiring itself. And you quit during that stage. You stop right before the next improvement spike. The people who get good at stuff aren't magically disciplined. They just survive the uncomfortable phase longer. They don't interpret frustration as failure. They interpret it as part of the process. That's it. Not talent, not genetics, just staying slightly longer than quitting feels comfortable. Most people quit at 20%. The skilled ones push it to 25%, then 40%, then 60%, and suddenly everyone calls them talented. So if you're learning something right now, skating, music, editing, whatever, and it feels slow or embarrassing or frustrating, that probably means you're exactly where you're supposed to be. The uncomfortable stage isn't proof you're bad, it's proof you're early. And most people never make it past early. That's why they never get good. So, if you like this video, make sure you subscribe, like, and comment, and go learn something new.